Hey everybody, it's Mr. Carr again. Today we'll be talking about 5.1 day 2, parallel lines and angle relationships. So those angles that we talked about in the previous video, this is where it leads up to, okay? If parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, then we get 4 special angle relationships, okay? So corresponding angles are congruent. So this is what it looks like. So I have my parallel lines cut by a transversal. Corresponding angles like that are congruent. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see here. So I'll give all the examples. So let's go 1, go here, angle 2, we'll go angle 3, and then angle 4. So these are just 2 examples. So like angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. Okay, but I can also go another spots. I can go down here. If I call that angle 8, and then this is angle 7. Okay, so these are also corresponding. Remember, the idea of corresponding is it shifts down the transversal. Next one, alternate interior angles. Those are congruent as well. So if I have my parallel lines, okay, so I do angle 1 here and angle 2. Those are congruent. So just like these two as well. So angle 3, angle 4. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 2 in this diagram. Angle 3 is congruent to angle 4 here. Those are my alternate interior. Alternate exterior angles are also congruent. So again, here's my parallel lines. I'm going to label them as parallel. Here's my transversal. Angle 1, angle 2, those are congruent. Angle 3, angle 4. So angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. So that's what we're looking at here. Alternate exterior angles, alternate interior angles, and corresponding angles. These are all congruent angles. So they're all the same angles here, okay? Remember, that's what it means to be congruent. Same measure. The one difference is consecutive interior angles. So remember with that one, if I draw it in like this, consecutive interior would be like these two. So I say angle 1 and angle 2 here. Okay, consecutive interior angles are supplementary. Remember, that means they add up to 180 degrees. So if I do this, and then I'm going to go right here, I'll go angle 3 and angle 4. So in this diagram, angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180. But so does angle 3 plus angle 4. That also adds up to 180. So that's what it is. That's our main focus today. These 4 special relationships. And this only happens when parallel lines are cut by a transversal or intersected by a transversal. So looking at this example, excuse me. Identify congruent angles. Identify the angles that have a measure of 125 degrees. So there's 125. Then state the relationship between the identified and the given angle. So I've got a good idea here. I'm going to pause this and play pause it. And I'm going to have you choose all the angles that you think are congruent. Okay? It's going to be a multiple choice situation. So you choose all of them that apply. All right? So I'll pause the video here and let you try that. And now that you're back, we're going to go ahead and talk about these. We have, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. We have three of them. Let's start with the brand new ones. We've got angle 7 here. Angle 7 is equal to 125 degrees. The reason is because angle 7 is a corresponding angle. And again, what we talked about before is that we shift that down and it's in a similar position. Okay, angle 5 is 125 degrees. Angle 5 is 125 because when I look at this angle here and that angle, those are alternate interior angles. Oops. There's one more, and this is something you got to think back to the last unit. Angle 1. Angle 1 equals 125. The reason is because those are vertical angles. So those angle relationships we set up last unit are not going away. We're still using them in unit 5. Okay, they're still going to be a part of what we do here. So make sure you are still aware of those and not forgetting about like things like linear pair. And no, that's a good one because that leads to the next one and vertical angles here. Okay, so for example 2, we're going to start with our special relationships, and that is these two right here. So those two angles are an example of alternate exterior angles. Okay, so when I have that as example as that, I know from earlier, those are congruent angles. So I'm going to say 3x minus 4 equals 113. From there, it's just a matter of solving my algebra. So 3x, I'm going to add 4 to both sides. 3x is equal to 117. Then I'll divide everything by 3 so that I get 39. So that is the value of x right here. But I said find the measure of angle 2. Well, hopefully you recognized angle 2 and 3x minus 4, that makes a linear pair. So I'm going to set angle 2, I'm going to add 3x minus 4, set that equal to 180. Those are supplementary angles there. So angle 2, I'm going to go ahead and put 39 back in. So that's going to be plus 3 times 39 minus 4 equals 180. Okay, so angle 2 plus 117. Don't want the degree symbol there yet. Okay, so 117 minus 4 is going to be 113. So plus 113 equals 180. And I'll subtract that over so that angle 2 is going to equal to 67 degrees. So again, we are using old versions, like old angle relationships. They are not going away. So make sure you're still aware of like linear pair, vertical angles, things like that from unit 4. Okay, so that is actually it. This is a very quick lesson. So we just want to make sure we are using our special 4 relationships here, along with some of the other ones we did in the past. All right, that is it for 5.1 day 2. We'll talk to you later about this one. Have a good day.